Hello, monkeys. It is I, Yoshizekage, and welcome to a new episode of the Newcastle United Football Manager 2022 Career Mode. Today, we're going to be looking at pre-season. It was great, and see any changes I can make to the team before we get started into the new season. It's just a quick intro, so we're going to head straight into the video now. In a minute. So yeah, welcome back, and today we're going to start with looking at how I set up my training. It's not going to necessarily be a massively in-depth look, like it's going to be quite sped up. Pause if you really must see how I go about it, but generally it changes week to week, and I'll add and remove certain categories, but mostly it kind of stays the same all the time, really. I kind of believe in, while variety helps, I, I do believe that repeating the same processes helps the players, especially in pre-season, get to grips with tactics, get to grips with how I want them to play, teamwork, and I really want that to be a key theme for this first pre-season. So that's why I haven't done anything major. So yeah, as you know, we made 4 signings so far. Here's the first 3 with Rafinha, Declan Rice, and then Sven Botman. All of them are going to be key players for the first team. Just a quick look at their stats again. Pause if you want to see any more in depth. We also made quite a lot of, and I do mean quite a lot of staffing changes. We signed Sami Hyypiä. I'm not going to actually name them all, to be fair. But the main ones, we've got Sami Hyypiä, and we've got Dennis Bergkamp and a few others who I think are going to help us move forward to the next level as a club eventually. It's not going to happen overnight, but it will happen soon. We had to fire a lot of people as well. But again, part of my plan is to bring Newcastle to the top, and part of that includes having the best coaches. As you could see back there, we had some fantastic coaches. Next, we just kind of ran through assigning the coaches to their training categories. What I like to do is build the coaching team around me, and then I would like filter myself in to sort of, I guess you could say, back up anything that doesn't need to be backed up. I've heard a lot of people who make football manager content say about having at least an average rating for your workload. I try and do that. If I can get light, that's even better. I'm pretty sure on a lot of these categories I got light, which is absolutely fantastic. It's what I want. But we did, because we had so many staff, we did have to go back and try and sign a few more. As I mentioned in my last video, I did hire a director of football. He is here. I'll probably do a staffing video towards the end of the season just to see how well they've done. There's a few staff members that I kind of think we can get rid of, but for now, this is what we've got. Yeah, it looks like everyone has got a at least average training workload, which means that all of the players in the team should get a more than adequate amount of time with each coach, which is what I want. I don't want anyone to kind of feel left out. I don't want there to be a part of this training schedule and training regime that we cannot cover. I don't want to go and keep on asking the board for more staff members. I don't think that's needed. At the end of the season, if we get more staff, we get more staff. If not, then, so be it. We should be able to do work with what we've got here. What was really exciting is that we actually had our first couple of player sales. I say exciting. It's not really exciting because we didn't get a lot. We managed to shift out Matt Ritchie and sign Karim Adeyemi on a long-term deal, but we allowed Karim to go out on loan back to RB Salzburg. I think he could be a replacement for Callum Wilson at the end of the day. But he's a part of the team now, so we'll see more of him later. We did sell Matt Ritchie and Bradley Cross, so it's a little bit of money for us to kind of play around with. There's a few more players that we are going to sell over the course of the season. The board allowed us to bring in some more staff members as well. But now, I mean, for the big one, pre-season, and what a joke it was. We were pretty terrible. Like, bruh, we were bad. We won one game, we drew one game, and we lost 4. And we only scored 1 goal through the whole thing. Performance-wise, I mean, we weren't terrible. We weren't great, but we weren't the worst team. You know, again, in the first game, I mean, we should have won that. We just couldn't hit the back of the net. In the second preseason game, again, we were completely and utterly outplayed here, but Callum Wilson got a goal. You know, it was a good little combination between him and Rafinha, but that was as good as it got. Honestly, it was as good as it got. It was a tough slog watching all of these preseason games because we had like 3, maybe 4 players playing well, and the rest of the team just didn't want to perform. And it was so frustrating because no matter what I did, we couldn't buy a result. Bayern Munich was probably our best performance, and that was against their third team probably. But again, you know, we just weren't good. And nothing I did would change that fact. Probably the most disappointing results are the 3 coming up now. Definitely these next 2. We should have beat Dinamo Dresden. I don't know how we got outplayed so badly by them. Personally, it was laughable. I was sat there watching this game and I was laughing hard because we were so bad. I had to make some changes because I needed to get the rest of the squad up to par in terms of fitness and match sharpness, and that probably affected performance. But against Union Berlin as well, again, we should have won this game. Like, Union Berlin aren't a team that we should be losing to, and we didn't get played off the park in terms of chances, but we did get played off the park in terms of possession, and that is something that we are going to have to remedy going forward, because I don't think we're going to be able to survive giving up that much possession. Against Espanyol, I feel like we played our best football, and still we lost. The Oscar Gill goal was just stunning. I'll put it up there when I do a rundown of preseason goals. But we were terrible. The entire preseason was just a joke, and if I could go back and change it, I would. And there we have it. As I said at the start, in the middle, and I'll keep on saying, preseason was an absolute fucking joke. I don't know what happened. I tried my best to get the team to perform well, but we just couldn't. We were outplayed in almost every game. Next up is the first game of the season, and I'm pretty sure we're playing Norwich City. But yeah, hopefully we can get a better performance.